So, Harshwardhan, you are ready, or Sanjivani, whoever is ready, we will start with.
Sir, I'm
No,
ready.
sir, I'm ready, sir.
Okay, both are ready. Good. Uh, I will ask Sanjivani to keep time. Harshwardhan will go first. Sanjivani, keep time.
Yes, sir. You can start.
Good morning, guys. Today's topic of my lecturate is nuclear energy in India. Nuclear energy is the core energy of the nucleus of an atom, which can be obtained by either nuclear fusion or by nuclear fission. Uh, the units which produce this kind of energy are known as nuclear power plants. This kind of energy is mostly used to produce electricity, and currently it is the fourth largest source of electricity in India. The first nuclear power plant was established in the Tarapur district of Maharashtra in the year 1969. Most of the most of these nuclear plants are located in Uttar Pradesh, Rajasthan, Gujarat, and Madhya Pradesh. As of 2022, India has a total of 22 nuclear reactors. In addition, 8 more are being built by the government. And the primary goal of these nuclear reactors is to produce electric energy up to 6,000 megawatts. From the year 2005, India agreed to separate its civil nuclear power plants and military nuclear power plants under the conditions given by International Atomic Energy Agency. For the future, India plans to increase nuclear power output to 64,000 megawatts by 2032. It also aims to supply 25% of its energy by nuclear energy till 2050. There are various advantages of nuclear energy. Some of them are nuclear reactors produce energy equal to million times than that produced by burning of coal and fossil fuels. Through nuclear power plants, we can save the planet from global warming as it does not produce any sort of greenhouse gases. It does not even produce poisonous CO2. Uranium, which is a core element required
Last 30 seconds.
for the production of uh, nuclear energy, can be obtained from open cut mines. Uh, Also, where there are also various disadvantages, like it it releases radiations which cause severe health problems to the people living in its surrounding, and the radiations released last for years in the environment. Some terrorist organizations also make advantage of this to produce nuclear weapons.
Time up.
So we can conclude that it is definitely a bane as it is highly dangerous. What is the use of the power when people are suffering from severe health problems? It is not difficult to live without power, but it is difficult to live without good health. So we should look for any other alternatives like solar energy and hydroelectric energy. Thank you.
Good, Harsh. Content wise, good. Only thing, even if we are practicing virtually on online platform, always feel about that there is someone sitting in front of you and you are addressing audience, so that you get that tune of speaking with emphasis on some aspects which are important. Some modulation comes naturally, and this will give more confidence to you. Okay, topic is important. Renewable energy or nuclear energy, these are very important because world is talking about it for environmental concern and related security aspects also. If you see, because of Russia Ukraine war, there is some energy crisis in the world. European countries are reopening their nuclear power plants. If you are following current news, this also can be mentioned in this. How equations change. It is all about if you strategically analyze why war happens, why international relations gets affected. There is military angle, there is energy angle. These two angles are very important. And then comes market, most influential factor. It's all about capturing markets or the trade related aspects. When we call trade war, you need to understand how trade war happens. The business interests, these are very important. Countries which are likely to give you better business, you are concerned about them. And that is how relations are now being made at the international level. So, talking about nuclear energy, yes, there are some problems associated with it. Whenever there is a nuclear power plant being talked about, environmentalists are raising their voice because there are associated risks. We have seen how a minor leak in that can be disastrous for the country or that part of the world. Japan, there was a leakage, but Japan is a developed country. People are sensible. Immediately they follow instructions and orders. They obey whatever government says. Things are easy to control in such countries. But what about India? If India some kind of accident is going to happen, then probably the effect or the losses will be more. So these are the issues. Good, Harshwardhan. Content was good, and confidence you can further feel about it, how it can improve modulation in your speech, feeling about that I am being heard. So from the audience point of view, you must get that feel that how I am sounding, whether my points are going into the reception side. Okay, how people are going to receive it. Okay, good. Sanjeevani, ready?
Yes, sir.
So,
Yes, Harshvardhan.
I got against the same problem like in my last lecture, right? I ran short of time, so and this time also I had prepared a lot, but due to the time, I got very much less to speak.
Okay, you
Like
got more.
somewhere it is getting a problem for me.
Yes, you got more contents. You need to understand through practices how to cut short few points which can easily be done. Secondly, if you have got more contents, you can speed up. Reasonable speeding up is okay. Like in your case, you spoke, you just try and hear it again once it is uploaded. Your speed can be improved. You were little slow. If you have got more content, you can be little fast. Next time you can just modify these two things, speeding up and cutting down, analyze it. Something can be spoken in one sentence, something can be spoken in three sentences. This wisdom you will get through practices. There are at times few points we unnecessarily say, even one line, two lines will explain that point. Bring more points. This will come. This will come with practice. This wisdom will come automatically. You will be improving upon that. Don't worry. You have got a lot of time. Okay, another 1 year you will be just practicing this. You are still in 11th, so slowly you are heading towards NDA return, thereafter SSB. Don't worry. Okay, Harsh.
Yes, sir.
Keep time, Harsh. Sanjeevani will be there. Thereafter, who is volunteer? Rohit or Lakhan Saab participating?
Yes, sir, I am also participating
Okay,
today.
okay. So after Sanjeevani, you can be there. Harsh, keep time for Sanjeevani.
Yes, sir. You may start.
Okay.
Sir,
Good
are
evening
we,
to.
sir,
Yes, yes, Lakhan Saab.
sir, actually, I was asking that we are going to speak a lecture on the topic from our side, or you are also giving.
Uh, Lecturate like
Sir, I would
nominating.
like to say that we are speaking from our side.
Yes, yes. You want, if you want random topic, I will give you card number. There are cards on our uploaded.
Yes, sir.
You know it now. I will share link with you. Okay. You will prepare from that card. I
Yes,
will give you a
yes,
card.
sir.
Okay. Harsh, keep time again. Sanjuni, you can go ahead.
Yes, sir. You may start.
Okay. Good evening to all. Today, my lecture topic is Indian economy. India is the world's 20th largest economy in terms of rate of the market exchange, and it is the 20th largest in the world on per capital basis. Around 54% of the GDP comprise the service industry, while 29% of the industry sector and 70% of the agriculture sector. The main in the India is agriculture, which employs 60% of the population. Around 28% of the population is service sector, and the rate of 20% are in industrial sector. Economical policies post independence. The post independence independent period of the India was marked by economical policies which try to make the country self sufficient. The domestic social principles with more employees on the growth of public and rural sector. First of all, new routes were built, dams and bridges were constructed, and electricity was spread to the rural areas to improve the standard of living. Economical reform post crisis. Doing away with the control of capital market in 1992 that determined the rate and number of stocks. Then outcome of reform. First is the outcome of this reorganization was mostly positive and can be established by the fact that the overall amount of oversell investment. The uh, the uh, the impact on Indian economy, contrary to the popular belief that advanced economy, if hit by the financial crisis, would not affected the economic having substitutional for foreign research and improve policy from work. However, almost all sectors in India were affected by the global crisis. So lastly, I want to conclude that first of all, focus on
Last 30 seconds.
promoting the economy in export rather than being in import drives. India big and organized society impact need to give the agriculture sector to put money in the packets of the farmers. The impact of almost all sectors have been affected as a domestic demand and the export share and
Time
the
up.
export. Thank you.
You can conclude, Sanjeevani. Take 15 seconds more.
No, sir. This
Okay.
time, actually, after a long time, I was
No, it's
sleeping,
okay.
so that's why.
Naturally, you have improved a lot. Don't worry. You have improved a lot. Lot of corrections are there. Grammatical mistakes are not there. Confidence is now visible. You are now a improved person when it comes to communication. If you listen your old audios, you will feel that. I can see a lot of improvement is there. Otherwise, earlier it used to be a lot of grammatical mistakes and confidence was low. It is coming naturally now. Content wise, also, it is flowing good. Don't worry. Indian economy, agriculture, all these sectors, there are some common points. I keep talking about it. You can utilize common data, keep building upon common data. When it comes to economy related things, you can talk about the biggest news just I think day before yesterday or yesterday only. We are now which, as far as the ranking goes, economy, we are
Sir, 4.
fourth,
Fifth ranking.
Fifth.
fifth. Okay, whom we have
Fifth
crossed now?
ranking. Fifth, sir. Fifth.
Sir, we have crossed UK.
These are
Sir,
very
which cross
important.
UK? UK.
Yes, these are important developments in competitive exams. Moment you get some forum to mention about such things, whether it is interview, lecturate, or economy related thing topics, you must mention, and that is how it is proved that you are updated, you are confident, and you are smart to connect the dots. Okay, especially in lecturate, if there is anything recent to the extent from the that day's newspaper if you can bring and talk about it if it is concerned. Don't bring it so artificially that it is mismatch. If it is really getting fitted into your talk, group discussion, or in lecturate, or in interview also, you must bring those very current examples or statistics. That is always welcome. That is going to give extra edge. Never forget that. Okay. Good, Sanjeevani. I hope now, Lakhan, you got the idea how it is flowing.
Sir, I got the idea, sir. And today I'm going to speak on my own topic.
Okay, no
I
issue. No
for
issue.
3 days I was looking at this topic.
Okay, no issue. You need some more time.
Okay, sir.
You are ready? Once
Yes,
you are
sir.
ready, you can tell me.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Mukta, can you hear?
Yes, sir.
You want to participate today?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you will be participating. After
Thus, I have not prepared any topic.
no issue, go naturally. Aim is to improve our natural communication, confidence, speaking ability. This is practice forum. It is not the final day of your exam. Okay, don't worry. Vipul and Ayush, I want in the end
Sir,
you
I am
can
ready.
speak. Okay. Uh, Sanjeevani, you can keep time.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
You can
Ayush,
start.
and just a moment, Sanjeevani. Ayush and Vipul,
Okay.
in the end, you will speak one minute.
Good
Huh? You
evening.
can think of on what topic you want to speak. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Sanjeevani, keep time.
You can start.
Today speak on the very burning topic which is related to the. Good evening, friends. Today I'm going to speak on the very burning news topic, and which is also related and also sharing its maritime border with India. Yes, I'm talking about the Sri Lanka crisis. Sri Lanka is also facing its foreign reserve crisis because the banks are bankrupt. Even the people are coming on the road in order to protest against the government. And government is also fled away because they could not handle the economy of that country. They purchase load and expand more. They purchase more and expand more. Even the income was less. Now we can see the people are coming on the road in order to protest against the government. And I would like to tell you how this crisis came to light. That yes, first is in order to get the attention of the people of Sri Lanka. In 2019, the government, uh, Rajapaksa government, what catch the attention of people, they give the preference to the deep taxes cut. And after coming in the power, the Gotabaya Rajapaksa was cut the taxes from 15% to 8%. Thereafter, another was that in the very overnight, the government was shifted from chemical fertilizer to organic fertilizer, which also give a lot of attention to the people of, and the farmers came on the road so that the all the canteens were tried because the farmers could not produce too much because one reason also more that there are not too much organic fertilizer available in the country. But the government overnight shifted from chemical fertilizer to organic fertilizer. And third is nepotism. Yes, the nepotism is also one of the main reasons because all the political members are belong to one family. And one which cannot be denied, yes, COVID-19 also impacted a lot, not only to Sri Lanka, but more and more to other countries also. India also affected from this COVID virus. Because in the COVID
Last 30
pandemic,
seconds.
most of the economy of Sri Lanka also depend upon the tourism. Now we can see that the foreign reserve also is important to run the country. Luckily, we have 650 billion in order to in the name of the foreign reserve. In the last, I would like to conclude that Sri Lanka also get an IMF bail package so that the country can become on the track in order to to give the basic amenities to the people of Sri Lanka. Thank you.
Time up.
Okay, good, Lakhan. Time management was good. You finished in time. First observation, by and large, good standard. There is a repetitive mention of word like in order to. You use a little frequently. That can be cut down. Why I'm saying this? Generally, we don't notice if there is any particular phrase or word we mention too much. Like Sanjivani had peculiar habits of using few words. Like today, Lakhan, I uh, noticed in order to is a very natural phrase which comes in your mind, and it can be once or twice spoken, not more than that. Otherwise, within 3 minutes, if it is used 5 times, it sounds little um, awkward. So that can be cut down.
Yes, sir.
Points very relevant, whether it is
Right, sir.
COVID, nepotism, or organic farming related decision. All these things have actually caused Sri Lankan crisis. The tourism is affected. The democratic setup was not operating the way it should have operated. And then the decision taken earlier to take debt from China, and that Chinese debt and the growing interest. This is a big factor. In fact, Sri Lankan crisis should
Yes, sir.
teach whole world about how to live in modern world, how much loan you can take. Everybody is in hurry to prosper, to develop or project infrastructures, to attract big businesses. Like Sri Lanka got into the debt trap, getting economic slave of China, which probably smaller countries are likely to get trapped. Pakistan will be next if things are not improved. And the sitting governments, they should be worried about future decision making. You cannot suddenly wake up and take some drastic decision affecting the entire agriculture of a country. In our country also, we see some of the decisions. Fortunately, it got corrected to some extent. We had taken some reform related decisions, but our country's balance is there. We have taken demonetization decision, whether it was good or bad. Maybe after some years, people will talk about it in retrospect. We have taken GST related decisions. These decisions are taken with a lot of deliberations. People have studied it, pros and cons, and think tanks, then advise the governments. Decision making is very important. Decision may go wrong. As long as intent is good, it is okay. But still, if some decision goes wrong, government should be ready to roll back. New world order is different.
Yes,
Own country's interests at forefront, especially when taking international loans. Country should be very, very uh, calculative. They should be worried about the interest part of it, repaying capacity. Some projects can come little later. How does it matter? But Hambantota port, the debt was too much, and now the control has
yes,
gone
sir.
to China. So this is how the other nations should draw lessons, small nations especially, and India is going to get very very affected from these smaller countries' decisions, and that is why we are taking interest, and that is why India is concerned. Good, very important topic, especially in current scenario. What is happening in Sri Lanka? What is happening in Afghanistan? What is happening in Pakistan? Pakistan flood. Study it more. Why? Firstly, the floods
Yes,
are
sir.
at alarming level. What is the economic cost for Pakistan? What will be the effect on Pakistan's stability? Already, Pakistan is in very very bad situation economically, and this flood which is going on is going to affect them very
Yes,
very
sir.
severely. So those who are heading for exams in near future must study what is happening around our nation, because ultimately we are also affected. We are concerned. Okay, good, Lakan. It was good. Delivery was good. You can have maybe More, if more content is there, you can speed up. Your speed is okay, you can go little faster also. Some students I say ki slow down because they are too fast, but in your case you can be little fast also. But in general it is good. More and more practice will get better output also. Okay, good. Who is there now? Vipul.
Yes, sir. I have a lot of data about on this topic because
Okay, that is also a problem when you have got a lot of content, what all to be spoken, what all can be left out. So be very,
yes,
very
sir.
systematic without getting tensed, without getting worried on that. You should be clear that lecturate is to test your confidence, to test your communication skill. How do you stand there? What is your body posture? You should, because this is a test where first time you are standing like a leader and you are alone, and there are people who are sitting in front of you. Before this, you have different GTO tests in that you are never alone. There are two tests in GTO where you are alone. One is command task,
Yes, sir.
where you get two subordinates, and one in
Amanta,
lecturate.
second
So
lecture.
these two tests are very
Yes,
important where you are sounding like a leader. So these are important. How much you speak is secondary. How you speak is very important. How much you speak, what you speak is lesser important. How you speak is more important. Try and understand this difference. When I say how you speak, there are two communications, verbal and non-verbal. The way you stand confidently, your chin is up, and you are facing the audience, looking into the eyes of all the people sitting in front of you, except GTO. GTO is sitting just behind that group, because if you are 10, though you are standing, one has gone with a card
yes,
away, and 8 are sitting in front of you. You must glance through their eyes. All these 8 candidates, you must glance through their eyes. You get the engagement of them. They are involved with your speech. So what happens? This is non-verbal communication. Your confidence is reflected more. So this is important. Lecturate card, if you see, there is a icon on it. Someone is standing, and how that student is standing, just watch it. Very, very straight Vishram position. At times you can bring your
yes,
hand in front, and your upper body portion, especially from the west upwards, should be very, very straight. Below west, absolutely no movement, no shaking of legs, no shifting of weights. You should be very, very careful about it. And stand in front of mirror or record your video, then see it. You may not be knowing your legs are shaking. You may not be knowing it. So during practice, you must see it. Physically, when we meet, I see this. But those who are away from this city, at least record your video, see your own video. You will come to know there are some unwarranted movements, unwarranted body postures, which are corrected then. Use the technology. Today, technology is there. Okay, Lakhan?
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, now we will go to Mukta. Mukta, Vipul, who is ready? Don't worry, just be confident.
Sir, I'll speak after 2 minutes.
Okay, no issue. Mukta, you are ready?
So I'll also speak after some time.
Okay, no issue.
Sir,
Ayush?
I am ready, sir.
Okay, good. Uh, who will keep time? Lakhan is first time. I'll ask Harsh.
Yes, sir.
So,
Okay, Sanjivani. Harsh, you keep time.
Yes, sir. 1 minute. You may start.
Good evening, GTO, sir. Today's topic is global warming. So I would like to make my topic into three parts to better understanding of my topic. So the first will be introduction, second will be how to reduce global warming, and third will be conclusion. So starting my topic, let us start. Global warming is one of the most alarming and sensitive issue of past and present decade. It defines an increase in temperature of atmosphere and water bodies of Earth. Gradually, it is showing drastic effect on your climate. One of the main reasons for the climatic change is the increasing in the emission of greenhouse gases, leads by the carbon dioxide, which traps the heat in the Earth atmosphere, make it warm because the greenhouse gases are necessary to keep the temperature of a planet from falling below the freezing level. But an excessive amount of an carbon dioxide will lead to the increase of a temperature. But the alarming risk of a temperature and the rapid melting of ice caps have gotten everyone worried of the actual potential. So how to get rid of this global warming? There are some actions that we can follow. First, say no to deforestation. Plant more trees, use a renewable source of energy. Saying no to deforestation means we can plant more trees, which will create more oxygen and which will reduce the carbon dioxide of an atmosphere, which ultimately leads to the reduce of carbon dioxide and which will leads to the less of a global warming and uh, which will leads to the phenomena which will not harm our earth. Whereas planting tree, we should plant tree, we should not only plant but we should take care of that tree also, because now planting tree is not an option. Planting tree and taking care of that tree is the good one. Next, use the renewable source of energy. Using the renewable source of energy will ultimately help us to reduce the global warming issue of the country or the world. At last, avoid avoid using vehicles that eject a lot of harmful emission into the atmosphere. Means switch to a cycle or e-bike for a transport. Use
Last 30
public
seconds.
transport. At last, I would like to conclude my topic by saying no matter how much you close your eyes or ear and go on with your life, global warming is something that will affect everyone's eventually. Being a resident of the plants, it should be your endurance to save your home from losing the nature habitual, one of pave better future from the generation to come. So at last, I would like
Time
to
up.
say, fight global warming.
Okay, good, Ayush. Your confidence is visible. You are having natural voice, which is sounding good. Only thing, you can record your videos and send me, because here also you can switch on your cameras, those who are comfortable, so that I can see your body posture, at least the facial expressions when you speak. Coming to your introduction, you can easily say, gentlemen, I will be covering my topic in three parts: introduction, main body, and conclusion, so that you are saving time and cover more content in the latter part. Okay, instead of elaborating three parts, first introduction, second, you can just make it more crisp. Okay,
Yes, sir.
topic is very important. Global warming, very very relevant in many aspects. Today's concern is actually global warming, the war happening in the world, terrorism, economic crisis, after the COVID, how world is recovering. All these are current issues. Even in interview, you will be asked, okay, what are the biggest challenges in front of us? The global warming, yes. Naturally, what happens in defense exam, you will say Pakistan and China and all those things. Even as a leader, these are important issues. Farmers issues, Atmanirbhar Bharat, how you will be thinking about it when we don't have other issues, then we can focus on prosperity. So these are the hurdles actually. When on one hand we want to prosper in industrialization, we have to be careful, because mankind has to take responsibility of entire planet and the animal kingdom, all flora and fauna. We cannot destroy this beautiful planet Earth by our irresponsible behavior. And India has got role into it. Paris Accord, we have taken a good lead. We have supported it. We are always environmental friendly as a nation. We always talk about peace. We always talk about taking good measures for the sake of world humanity, saving the earth. Okay, good Ayush. Make more practice. You got another few days. Naturally, it is good. Okay, now who is ready? Mukta, Vipul.
So me.
Okay, Subodh, you will be participating.
No, sir, I will not participate.
Okay, what happened? How was the paper day before?
Sir, GS was tough, sir.
It's
English
okay.
was good, sir.
What is the likely score?
Sir, in English, I will score above 70. But in GS, the paper was tough, sir. But 25-30.
Okay,
I'm
don't
guessing
worry.
the.
Don't worry. Paper was tough for everyone. Hmm? Accordingly, the merit will also get affected. Don't worry.
Yes, sir.
Don't be nervous. Just look forward now. Whatever has happened, happened. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Vipul, go ahead and Sanjivani, keep time.
Yes, sir.
J
You
into
can
all.
start.
J into all. My today's topic is Indo-Pak relation. Relation between India and Pakistan have been strained by the number of historical and political issues, as we see. And if you define that, both the two countries were born in 1947. After dissolution of the British Raj in the 1947, two new sovereign nations have formed, India and Pakistan. Subsequently, partition of the former British in India displays up to the and with the estimate of the loss of varying several hundred of thousand to the million. But now India emerged as a several nation with the Hindu majority and Pakistan as a Muslim majority. Muslim majority. Soon after the independence, India and Pakistan established diplomatic relation with each other, but the violent participation of numerous territorial disputes, like we say Jammu and Kashmir and Junagadh, also their relationship since their independence, two countries have fought three major wars, one undeclared war, and have been involved in the numerous armed skirmish and the military standoff. The Kashmir disputes in the main center point of all these three conflicts, and the expectation of the Indo-Pakistan War was 1971. Again, there have been numerous attempts to improve both improve the relationship between both the countries, like notably the Shimla summit and again Agra summit. Since the early 1980s, a relation between the two nations have soared, particularly after the Siachen conflicts. And again, India and Pakistan in 1998, India has tested nuclear test, and in 1999, Pakistan. But then also we fought war with Pakistan in 1999, Kargil. Okay, sir, I'll conclude.
Okay, no issue, Vipul. First time you participated. Fair enough. Good. Just a minor observation for everyone. If such topic Vipul was saying India and Pakistan, if you can bring it first reference when you talk from the India side, we can even talk India as a third person or India as a first person. You can say our country have tried. You can refer our country. This is a small gesture which will give a strong message that you are involved naturally into emotions. These emotions are your personal emotions, and that is good. Okay. Uh, when you say India and Pakistan had these many wars, or you start referring these, so you can say our country had so far fought four wars with Pakistan. A one odd mention of such sort will show a natural alignment of yourself with the country. I'm just giving one example. This is how a natural self should come out. Okay, Vipul, just make few broad points in your mind before you start speaking, and just elaborate it. With practice, it will come. Okay, without
Yes,
referring much. Okay, Vipul.
yes, sir.
Indo-Pak is a very very common subject. in some or other way one should be able to speak on this. You must know our two nations are having two different ideologies. Ours is a secular nation, Pakistan is not. Pakistan is a purely Muslim Brotherhood country where they are not believing in secularism. Okay, it is in their constitution, it is written it is a Muslim country. So, starting from this basic difference, coming to the bigger level things like no democratic government could sustain for complete term. This is a biggest distinguishing factor between India and Pakistan. There are so many power centers in Pakistan. Pakistan Army is one, ISI is one, government is one, and there are some organizations. Then organization in the sense some religious and political organizations plus terrorist organizations. So there are so many power centers, and that is why a regular government is not able to sustain. And when it comes to India, with whom we should talk? Should we talk with Pakistan army or should we talk with Pakistan government? This is the biggest problem. You see another country, Afghanistan. Now we are perforced talking with Taliban, which is not a very good situation. It is not a government, but unfortunately, this is the plight of that country, and that is why country is not progressing. Similar thing on a different scale we witness in Pakistan. This is a big problem. You cannot change your neighbors. This is geographic location. We should have peaceful neighbors. Unfortunately, we don't have. So we have to be alert from such neighbors, and more so because we had very, very bad experiences, especially the revenge mindset after 1971, humiliating defeat which Pakistan suffered from us. This is very important. So you can pick up few points and elaborate on it. You can compare few things. Every time we had good initiatives, it backfired. Whether it was Shimla um, summit or it was Lahore Bus Yatra or Agra summit, many instances we had peaceful start and immediately there is something which is happening. Whether it is Pathankot attack, whether it is Pulwama, all these are disturbances. Then Parliament attack. These are the things. That is why we are not heading towards peaceful negotiations. Yesterday also there was, oh today, I think yesterday night we had firing at BSF post and then it was equally countered then by the Indian forces. That is how the border situations are always tensed. Okay, Mukta ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Who will keep time? I am not asking new members. Just try and see how you are participating. I'll ask Harsh, Sanjivani, who is ready?
So I can.
Okay. Last speaker, Mukta.
You may start.
Good evening. Today's my lecture topic is women empowerment. So I like to divide my topic in four parts. What does women empowerment mean? Need for women empowerment, steps to empower women, and at last conclusion. Women empowerment. It is a power in women to live happy and respectful life in a society. Women are empowered. Women are empowered when they are able to access opportunities like opportunities in various fields like education, sports, and in any profession without any limitations and restrictions. Uh, when women makes a crucial decision, she feels empowered. Women should be able to make their own decisions so as to they don't have to depend on anyone, and so they can feel independent. So, need for women empowerment. History says that women were ill treated. The Sati Pratha in ancient times, the girl child abortion in the present scenario, women continues facing such violence. Not only this, there are some other crimes against women such as rape, acid attack, dowry system, domestic violence, etc. still are happening in India. Out of the total population, 50% of the population are women. But due to the female foeticide in practices, the girl child is decreasing sharply in India. Uh, uh, Decreasing sharply in India. Women are not allowed to go out and are dominated by their husbands. Women are granted for uh, taking uh, women are uh, granted for taking the household works and for raising the children. They are paid less for the same work as compared to the male. Steps to empower women. There are many steps to empower women. Like there are some government schemes as well as an individual basis. At an individual level, we should start respecting women and start giving them opportunities equal to the men. We should provide and encourage them to take up jobs, higher education, business activities, etc. There are
Last 30
many
seconds.
government schemes like Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao Yojana, Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana to empower women. Apart from these, there are some individual individual acts to stop the dominating women's. Like we should stop dowry system, child marriage. These small steps can
Time up.
change or can make a lot of change. So at last, I like to conclude: the place of women in the country needs some focus and attention from government. The development of the nation is only possible when women and men are both are equally treated. Thank you.
Okay, good, Mukta. Points were good, relevant. You had good flow. Only thing, you should not get blocked. Thought process should not be stopped. Somehow, continuity has to be maintained. Whether it is particular word you are not getting, go in Hindi. Doesn't matter. But you should not stop. That is first. Secondly, about suppose if you are dividing the lecturate in four parts, then you should be able to take care the balance, because generally 3 to 4 parts is okay, no issue, but then you should be able to manage time well, and it can come with practice, no issue. Today you were referring broader points or detailed notes from your notebook. How you followed, Mukta?
So I have detail. I have first write it in notebook, my SSB notebook, and then I have read on that topic.
Okay, this is perfectly fine in the initial stages. As you develop progress, you should be able to just close your notebook, remember broad points, see how technically we should go about this. As and when you progress, you should imagine the actual SSB scenario where you will be picking up a lecturate card, you will be going away from your group, and you will have precisely the time for which one speaker is speaking. So, not more than 3 minutes, ideally. So, to be on a safer side, you should develop a habit of getting prepared mentally in 2 minutes. So, moment you see card, you will require 15 to 20 seconds to go through all these four topics. Select one, forget about three. Thereafter, there should not be any clutter in your mind. No uh, second thought. Once you have selected a topic, just forget about balance three. Just recollect whatever you know on that topic. Make a situation points if there is anything current, relevant, and ideally good introduction, elaborated main content, and good conclusion. In conclusion, if you can add some opinion, personal opinion, which will give icing on the cake. And that opinion is something like your own wisdom. How do you think about that topic? What are your comments or way forward? It can be technological topic, it can be international relations between two countries, it can be any topic. You can have always your own opinion in the end, and that is a good style. So this is how you have to prepare. So during practice also you can make similar strategy, so that when you reach in actual SSB, It goes very, very naturally because you have practiced so many times, so it will not be a problem, isn't it? It will not be a problem. Okay, aim is you all should get a platform to practice. It is not that you cannot practice at your own level or in your groups, but when it comes formal platform, it always brings some anxiety and all those things at play, and you have to overcome those anxiety factor, fear factor, organizing your own points. You may be knowing 10, 15 points, but actually it gets delivered in a different form. So every time you realize and experience that, you get refined automatically. I can quote the example of Sanjivani. You can listen to her old lectures and today's lecturate. There is lot of improvement. So this is how we have to progress. Utilize this opportunity, speak up. Ideally, I would expect a student will ask, okay, sir, which card number? You take a card number, and after 3 4 minutes, you should be ready to speak. And that is the stage you have to achieve. Okay, so shall we end? Any point from anyone? Okay, we will end here. Bye, good night, Jai Hind.
Jain sir.
Jain sir.
Yes, sir.